spirits are dying. I fear the power of Spyrix is behind this. We should investigate. So how long has it been? 6 years? Time sure flies. Come. Fenmont awaits.
Dreams and wishes are fulfilled. Such is the life of all who live in Riza and Maxia, where hope springs eternal. The spirits have the power to bring man's wishes to fruition. And in turn, those wishes preserve and protect the spirit's livelihood. Therefore, it could be said that Maxwell, the Lord of the Spirits, is in fact the guardian of all things. In this world, no known evil exists that could threaten this harmonious cycle. But if one did, perhaps it might lurk in the hearts of men.
Hey! Oh, so sorry! Hey! Sorry! I gotta move.
What a way to start out a game. Hey guys, Mr. Abby's Missing, bringing you Tales of Xillia. So, right off the bat, we have a choice. We can choose between Mila, a mysterious young woman accompanied by 4 unseen beings. She comes across as calm, collected, and wise beyond her years. Or Jude, a kind, clever medical student who left home to attend school in the capital city. Poised to graduate, Jude is eager to find his purpose in life. Hopefully that purpose is not running into people, because he sure is good at that. So, we were given a choice between these two characters. In this Let's Play, I actually plan on going through the plot points for both of them. We are going to primarily be playing as Jude, but because of the differences in the cutscenes and the various other scenes in this game, I will also be playing through Mila's story alongside, so you guys can make sure you get all the content in this game. So, we're going to choose Jude and move forward.
Okay, let's go. You okay? Those documents must be for the registrar's office.
Yeah, thanks for helping out. You sure you have time for this? Don't you have residency training with Professor House?
Don't worry about that. You're in a rush too, aren't you?
Shoot, you're right. Thanks again. You better get moving too.
Right. Crap, I'm gonna be late.
Alright, so we know how to use the Navi button. Just a quick prefix on things. I am using a New Game Plus file for this Let's Play. If you want to know what I have turned on, that will be in the top left corner of your screen. I won't really go into much of a detailed explanation, as each thing that I turned on has its own little explanation on to what it does. I'll explain the grade system later as we move on.
tardiness won't get me any extra credit with a professor. Let's see, what building was he in again?
So, anyway, as for the town we start in Fenmont, which is probably the largest and most confusing city in this game, and we're starting out in it. Oh boy.
Professor House, are you leaving?
Well, look who decided to show up.
Yeah. Sorry I'm late.
Worry not, lad. Now, keep this between us, but I've been asked to help down at the lab. Top secret research, they say.
A request right from Orda Palace? Wow.
I need you to keep an eye on things until I get back. You can handle it, lad. Only patients with appointments will be coming in today.
What? Oh, right. I need you to sign my class credit form.
Your graduation thesis is coming along, I presume?
More or less. I should have the first draft ready by Ignis.
That's cutting things close, don't you think? The end of a race is no time to start slowing down. After all, I'm planning to make you my top assistant after you graduate.
Thank you, Professor.
I'll be back in a few hours.
So much for an easy day.
Well, if you guys couldn't tell, there's going to be a lot of, like, cutscenes and whatnot. Although not necessarily the anime-style cutscenes that you saw earlier. And then, as something that's different from most RPGs, the main character actually talks.
I can't believe I messed up my spirit channeling. That's kid stuff. Ugh.
Okay, you're good to go. It's funny, though. There's been a real epidemic of channeling failures today. Any idea what went wrong, Mr. Eldon? Your brain's mana lobe looks tip-top.
I'm not really sure. I mean, I was able to draw out mana like usual, but then it was like the spirits ran off or something.
Like they were gone, huh?
Anyway, thanks, Doc. At least I can get back to work. It's my wife's birthday, too. Now I don't have to worry about letting her down.
No more patients for today, Dr. Jude.
You sure this is all above board, Nurse Prin? I mean, students aren't normally allowed to see patients by themselves.
Don't ask me. The professor is the one shirking his duties. He knows full well that urgent patients always show up. Serves you right for agreeing to stand in, if you ask me.
I guess with the amount of mana at his disposal, treating 10 people isn't any more taxing than treating one.
He spent so much time developing his mana lobe that it skewed his perspective.
Beg your pardon. Have either of you seen Professor House?
Come to think of it, he should have been back by now. Why? Did something happen?
We've just been told he's been chosen for the Hal Prize.
What? Wow! Research honors don't get any bigger than that.
They want to see him immediately, but he didn't tell anyone where he was going.
Don't worry. He told me. I'll go fetch him.
Sorry for always sticking you with the odd jobs, Jude.
No worries. I'm used to it. I'll be back soon.
Alright, well, I guess it's time we go find Professor Howells. So, we're going to go ahead and head out of the medical school, and then we're going to be immediately dragged into a cutscene, and I'm going to run into a pole. But yeah, we're going to be dragged into a cutscene. Jude will point us in the right direction since we have no idea where the fuck we are.
Let's see. No point in leaving the city. And the Sea Haven is out of the way. My best bet is to cut across the central plaza and enter the research district. I should find the lab with Professor House there.
Alright, now we have access to the minimap. By pressing square, we can look at how complicated this city is. It doesn't really get any bigger than this. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and head towards the research district, which is this way. Throughout this whole game, I am going to be checking the map constantly, just to make sure I'm going in either the right direction, or if I need to, like, look for something in particular. So,
The falling loop.
let's see. This being an example. Alright, so we're heading this way.
I'll never
Sometimes...
forget how stunned I was when I arrived at Fenmont and saw the lumen trees for the first time.
Sometimes characters will just kind of randomly talk, and I guess that's kind of that.
I still can't believe Professor House won the How Prize. I need to go tell him the good news.
And as you can see here, these people right here have exclamation points over their head. That means that this is quest important. So we're going to go ahead and walk near them.
You messed up your foothold art again? How many years have you been working this job?
I didn't mess it up. It was working fine, and then it just stopped.
Professionals don't make excuses. You young folk just can't concentrate right. Here, look. First, you use your art to stabilize the wind. Huh?
See? Even you can't get it right now.
Just shut up and get back to work. Remember, we have to adjust all of these lights today.
I know.
Sounds like a lot of work. I wonder why everyone's having so much trouble spirit channeling.
Alright, so now we're going to head to the research center, which is, well, just right here. So let's see if we can't go find Professor House in here.
Sorry, the lab is closed to the public at this hour.
But I'm here to pick up Professor House. He's from the Talon Medical School.
House. He already left.
Is that the sign-in sheet? Huh?
Satisfied?
Couldn't I just dart in really quick just to make sure?
Sorry. Rules are rules.
Right. Now what? No way those guys will let me in. Something must be wrong with the spirits. Hi.
Just keep quiet, and I won't need to hurt you.
Wait, why are you breaking into the lab? What are you...
That's strange. What part of keep quiet didn't you understand? So, ready to hold your tongue now? So much noise. Could you try coughing quietly? What are you doing here anyway?
Can I talk? I dropped something. I was just picking it up, see? What are you up to? The guards will be here any second.
That's why I need to hurry, and you need to go home, before they arrest you for trespassing.
Oh.
Yes, the lesser spirits in this area have gone silent as well. That power anomaly we felt when it happened, the one that absorbed the spirits, its source is here. Why do humans persist in seeking power that could destroy the world? They don't need Spyrex to survive. Yes, it must be their work. That's my gut reaction anyway. Mind you, it's not just any gut reaction. It's Maxwell's instinct. Isn't that enough? Look, that's enough talk for now. Let's find the Spyrex.
Where'd she go? She must have gone ahead. There was something fishy about that sign-in sheet, too. Anyway, I need to find the professor and tell him about the award.
Alright, so with all that fun stuff, we are now entering, well, the sewer system for the research center. So if you guys kind of see, I'm collecting a few items. As you saw, there's a shiny thing on this pipe. And then also there's a chest over here. So these are various collectibles in the game, and they're going to be all around the area. So I'm going to be collecting them as I go because they all have their own importance.
Hey, kid. Who let you in?
I sort of let myself in. Sorry for the intrusion.
Huh. I should be taking you to security, but you seem courteous enough. Come on, I'll take you to the exit.
Wait, I'm looking for Professor House. I think he's still here.
Oh, so you know the professor, do you? Yeah, he's still here. You really shouldn't be wandering around here, kid. I ought to get in touch with your parents.
My family doesn't live around here. They're all back in my hometown.
I see. Good to know.
What?
Relax. Come quietly and you won't get hurt.
Why are you doing this? Wait, does this mean you're holding the professor too?
I said come quietly, kid.
And now we're thrust into our first bout of combat. So I will go over the tutorial just because.
There's no choice.
So I'm in semi-auto mode. So that means in order to free run, basically being able to run around the map freely, I have to press and hold L2 and use the left stick. By the way, they're not attacking because this is a tutorial, so they're trying to make sure you get full use to the controls. So if I'm not holding L2, I can use, in this case, right to run towards the enemy and left to back up. This will, of course, depend on where you're facing. So if I'm over here, now left is forward and right is back. So everything is kind of relative to where the enemy is to you.
What? He's serious.
Alright, square to guard. Not much else to say.
Not good.
So as you can see, you can dash forward or you can back up. In addition to that, you just saw that I'm slipping behind around the enemy as he attacks it because I've dodged it. This is an ability called the Snap Pivot. This is one of Ju's special abilities, and I'm actually doing pretty good at it. It's actually relatively hard to control. Anyway.
I don't want to die.
Alright, and now we're going to start actually attacking, which basic attacks are done with X.
There's more.
Alright, and now it's teaching us how to switch targets. As another thing, it's also showing you their max HP, their current HP, their weaknesses, and their strengths. I'll get more into that later when we actually have elemental attacks to deal with. But for now, we're switching to the cat. And another thing it was going over is if you hold direction, then that'll change what your basic attacks are doing. So right now I'm holding down, which means I'm kind of going for a tripping. Now I'm holding up, which will put him in the air. And then there's also just various other combos that you can do by holding directions.
I won't hold back.
And now it's teaching us how to use arts. Arts are performed by pressing the circle button. There are directions to this, but we don't know that many arts to begin with right now. And then as you can see, arts do consume technical points, which is your blue meter. You can actually refuel the meter by just basic attacking. And as you can see, they're also refilling everything. They've refilled even the enemy's HP, and now we can actually defeat them because the tutorial's pretty much over.
I guess that worked.
Alright, and that's the basics of combat in a nutshell. So we're going to go ahead and move on. But before that, we're going to go back and grab this bag. Alright. So, I guess deeper into the medical center we go. Or research center. And then, yeah, and then here's another point of the shiny things. These are giving us materials. I will get more into materials when they become relevant. But right now, I'm just going to collect everything I possibly can. And now we're forced to do another combat.
Stay focused. Gotta stay focused.
Alright, now it's going to talk about evading attack again. And this is something I actually went over earlier, which is the Snap Pivot. You gotta get the timing right, though. Yeah, the timing's not that easy. There we go. By getting behind the enemy, this increases your chance to inflict critical hits, and you're more likely to break their guard. So that's why the Snap Pivot is actually pretty helpful. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into the core of the research district, or center.
Wow, this place goes on forever. Lots of spots to hide a professor. Guess I'll just have to check each and every room. Nothing about this makes any sense. What's going on here?
So this is going to be our first instance of a dungeon. It's going to be relatively short and small just because this is the first dungeon. There are random encounters walking around. You can physically see them. As you can see, this is orange gel, refills TP, but I don't actually have room for it anymore. To go back over that, I did inherit my consumable items, so I do have a bunch of things to my disposal. I generally don't use too many items, so these shouldn't really be an issue. I might use a few here in the early game because there are some things. Oh, in addition to that, I did find the cape, so I'm going to go ahead and equip that. as an accessory, because that's what that is. We don't have any other weapons, headgear, armor, or other things. I'll go into the strategy later. And then as for arts, as I said, we don't have that many. We only have Healer and Demon Fist. To perform Healer, I need to press circle and hold left, or hold up on the left thumbstick. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get back into the screen. Now let me talk to you about back attack real quick, or side attack. If you side attack, then they'll lose a little bit of their health. If you back attack them, they're going to be stunned and lose half of their health. So if you want the upper hand in random encounters, go for the back attack, definitely. Which might sometimes consist of you just running around in circles until they stop running. Like so. See? Now back attack, and now they're stunned. Making them a lot easier to take out. Alright, and then as you saw earlier, but this is the save points for the game. And they make this annoying sound. They're going to be distributed throughout dungeons, throughout the world, and whatnot. And this game does reward you for exploring by just putting things just in places. That's real descriptive. Good job. So our actual destination is on the second floor. We're going to go ahead and head up. And also hit this guy. Because experience is good.
Over already?
Alright, so once we head up these stairs, we're gonna be hit with a cutscene.
Huh? Where did that girl go? Ah! Professor?
So, you're the visitor I heard about. Enjoying the view?
What is this place? What'd you do to the professor? Who are you?
Your expression. It's priceless. I love the look of fear in your eyes.
Alright, and we're immediately thrown into combat here. Versus the girl in the red.
You're such an idiot. Let me spell it out for you.
So, this is actually a winnable fight, even though it's really hard to win. But it's definitely something that's winnable. So, I might actually use some consumables here. Every time I break the guard, I'm going to go in for some melee attacks. But, oops. If you press triangle in the combat while you're in combat, that will actually give you access to, well, the ability to escape, your items, your arts, your equipment, so you can change stuff in the middle of battle. Whenever there's an exclamation point, that means she's about to attack. That's the case with most bosses. I'm not doing so well with dodging, but it is what it is. If you see their guard go, or their little circles when you're hitting them go red, that means you can break their guard.
I can still do better.
And as a reward for winning a fight that's really hard to win, you get a lot of experience, and that's a lot to boost your level by a significant amount, as you can see.
Bet you weren't planning to die today, boy.
But I don't want to die. There has to be a way.
Oh, quit trying to act calm.
It's that girl.
Ha ha! So you're the visitor I heard about. This guy's no fun. I'll kill you first!
Run!
I'll rip that pretty face of yours to pieces!
I prefer you didn't.
Alright, and now we fight her again, but this time with... Oh dear. One thing I forgot to switch back is, as you can see, there's actually a 2P above her head. That means that player 2 is controlling her. This is because I, before recording this, in the old file, or the place where the file was beaten, I had Mila switched into semi-auto mode. So I wanted to go ahead and throw her back into auto, meaning she'll be controlled by the AI and not by anyone else.
You! I don't have time to explain. Leave now and I may spare you from any thought of
And as you can see, Mila, OP.
Is that Ifrit?
You are correct. The Lord of Fire.
I can't believe you were able to summon him. That wasn't too bad.
So this is experience.
And thus we level up even further.
Whoa.
I told you to go home. Don't tell me you live here.
No, of course not. I'm sorry.
Is this the work of the Spyrex?
The what-ix?
Could it be connected to the disappearance of the lesser spirits?
Huh? You're losing me. Disappearing spirits?
You really need to go home. Someone might not swoop to your rescue next time you're in trouble. The Spyrex must be somewhere else.
Hey, wait! I'm kinda trapped here. If the professor were with me, they might have let me leave, but can I come with you?
I see. If you stick with the person who saved you, then you won't need any more saving. Clever boy.
Boy? You don't look that much older than me. My name is Jude Mathis.
I'm Mila. Mila Maxwell.
Alright, so that's going to go ahead and do it for this episode. Next time on Tales of Xillia, we're going to go ahead and go throughout the research center and figure out what the hell we're going to do next now that the professor got, well, eaten, I guess, by the machine. Anyway guys, this has been Mr. Abby's Missing, and I will see you next video.